Hey everybody, how you doing? Thursday afternoon, time again for the breakdown with Brendan. We're changing things up a little here. A lot of people liked and commented how they like when we walked around the store and showed them the protective room last week. So we're in our service room and back room, so we might have some loud noises just because this new room is always functional, always in service, and we might have some guys sharpening skates, but we'll battle through it and keep it going. So we just want to show you what we do here, and it's a little more exciting, bring you behind the curtain, if you would. So we will start this week like we do every week with questions in the cup. Felicia asked, what does baking my skates do? So Felicia, about 20 years ago, they came up with thermal formability skates where you would heat the skates up. The materials were, they had glues that could hold at certain temperatures, and the materials became pliable when the skate was heated, and that would mold around your foot and create a cast of your foot, if you would. So when you heat the skates up, any imperfections or bumps that you might have, or every foot is like a snowflake. They're all different. So it's hard for the vendors to build a skate based when everyone has a different skate, a different foot. So that will help in the molding process. In turn, it breaks in quicker. We don't have to use punch outs or whatnot. There's only a certain amount of movement that would happen. Other than that, we have our tools on our other videos that we've shown you with punching out. You can see those on our YouTube videos where we're punching out skates and creating pockets. So keep molding them. Will mold around your foot. Makes it easier to break in. Billy asked, should my skates be sharpened differently depending on my position? That's how things used to be. You would be defensemen were typically only skating in a straight line from their crease all the way to the blue line and back. That's the way D played. So they wanted more blade on the ice, making them faster in a straight line, where wings would be on the corners, cutting around the corners, coming back up and down the ice on the corners, and then of course you'd have centers in the ice taking face-offs, or Esposito was always moving around, so centers wanted the least amount of blade on the ice. And the way I think about it now, though, that centers with the least amount of blade on the ice, they were skating from crease to crease all the time, so I don't know why they didn't have the most amount of blade. But the game has evolved. You have defensemen like Torrey Krug, great example, although we're very sad he left Boston, went to St. Louis. But he's flying around the ice, he's skating around, he's skating just as much as forward. Guys want to be quicker. A lot of people used to do small radiuses and deep hollows to get the bite where they needed and turn to be able to turn. Now people are using longer radiuses and shallower hollows so they can, they can get that speed with the long blade and they get better glide, and when they go to cut, it's not as deep and they can cut easier. That is something that you should be experimenting with. The TSR, we've done it, tried to do it a couple times, and we were going to do it this March, and COVID hit. It stinks, but we have plenty of blades, and we had 2 different radiuses, 2 different hollows. We're going to work with dynamic skating, have people on the ice, have them run drills for agility, speed, little of both, time them, give you your 2 different radiuses and 2 different hollows. From there, we could figure out 95% of the people, but we could tune in what is best for you. So that's all a matter of preference. So why don't we go over and show you what we mean by sharpenings and hollows. Over here in our skate sharpening center, if you would. Over here we have Derek grinding away on our granite top machine, 3-station granite. This is one of the nicer machines we have, where actually as the wheel gets smaller, we can increase the speed of the wheel and turn it down. So you're always getting a consistent sharpening with us. The speed of the wheel is very important. If we can polish that blade to a nice shiny finish, that's better for us. It's better for you. That better glide. As you can see, Derek's using wax on his final passes to give that a better finish. Over here we have our other machine for. We use this for deep cuts and extra deep cuts, so we don't have to keep changing the diamonds, changing the wheels. The more you put those diamonds on the wheels, that creates the round arc on the wheel. That is what we put in your skate. Or as Al, our manager, has taught me after 30 years, it's what's not there in your blade. I said that 2 weeks ago, and I have used that like 1,000 times since then. So she's taught us. But yeah, we just have a second machine over here for deeper cuts. Up here, we have our Pro Sharp machines. Pro Sharp machines are great for radius. We love the Pro Sharp machine. When people used to do radiuses on cross grinding machines, you would heat that steel up. Heating steel is very, very bad. It will distemper the steel. Distemper the steel, you change the properties of the steel, and you will never get a good edge again. This Pro Sharp machine is on a bearing, and it will follow the line of the radius over here on this template. So we have different templates for the Pro Sharp, and what's really, really cool is we can have like the one that's on here now. Al, can you get in there and see that? It says, you know, quad 2, which means 7-foot radius, which changes to a 10, and then to a 13, and then to a 16 in the back of your skates. So you can have multiple radiuses on the skate. Up top of the toe, not a lot of blade there, so you can turn quicker, back on the heels, less blade for speed. I think it should be the other way around. 16 in the front, because that's where you generate all your power. But over here, we have our Pro Sharp machine for just cutting Z channels. So Z channel is a almost like a flat bottom V. However, on flat bottom Vs, flat bottom V kind of you have a point with the blades. We all know that the strongest structure in the world is an arc. So with Pro Sharp, we have an arc, and then they'll cut the bottom of your blade that goes into the ice. And then we cut another channel through the arc in the center for less drag or resistance. Really, we really believe in the Z channel. We have a bunch of teaching tools over here. I think we've had these down in the shop on a couple different shows where we try and show you what different depths will get you and how sharp different sharpnesses are. You know, 1 inch, 3/4, 5/8, 3/8. You could see the bigger the radius, you can only put it on a 3mm blade, so it would be less arc in there. So the bigger the number, the less sharp it is. So we do all those tools. We have our Sparks machines, which I like for finishing. It really does do a good finish. They're very expensive to run. So we keep off of them. Also, I really like on these doing the chrome blades or the carbon blades of a learn to play skate, because it's so quick and so cool. It doesn't heat the blade that much, and it's really easy to burn those blades. This really helps, but nothing can compare to our hand sharpening from our Blade Master. We also, we have all our tools down here. We'll have all our clamps and anything that we need to, for our flat bottom V's, all our tools, all our clamps, extra pieces, extra parts. What we got in here, Al? These are all different parts of skate sharpening machines throughout the years. So when you sharpen as many skates as we do, you can't afford to be down for 5 minutes, because it's valuable time and people don't have the time. So we could fix any clamp that we might have, change them in and out, just like a NASCAR car. Continuing over here, let's go like real quick over here, because then I could segment right into here. All of our steel, we just changed things around. We're reconfiguring the wall, so everything's not out. As you can see down here, we have plenty of more steel to put out, and that doesn't include what's in the attic, and there's a lot of steel. So we have, if you need steel, we have it. We have tons of steel. Old CCM rocket runners, you want them? Call. $1 a piece. The old CCME Pro steel, we got it. Took Custom Plus. We got Easton steel. That's old. That's really old. I venture to say that's older than Al. But so we have all our steel here. We have here and plenty more upstairs. We'll keep all our holders, our Bauer holders, our CCM holders. We have them. So a lot of people come to us for repairs. They have to be handled properly and quickly. So we have, we can handle that very quickly. The turnaround here is got to be less than, it's while you wait. For new steel, it's while you wait. For new holders, typically it's while you wait. Don't come in here on a Saturday, December 24th, when the place is out the door, and the line's out the door, and kind of expect it. You got to leave. Might have to leave them for an hour or two, but never more than 24 hours. Other stores are 24 hours. We have everything we have here is set up to be fast and efficient. So while most stores, these riveters are expensive, while most stores might only have one riveter, and they have to change arms and inputs here. We do so many that it was worth it for us to get 3 machines, set them up, and it's been well worth it. Throughout the years, someone needs a rivet change. The rivet holds the skate to the boot. So a rivet will hold the skate to the boot, and if someone needs a rivet change, we can just pop them right out. Pry those rivets right out. I got the wrong tool. I didn't want to get in Al's way. We can then change the holder or whatnot. Put the rivets back in the skates. Make sure that the blade is still straight. And then put those rivets back. That's how quick we can do it. We want to make sure that the rivet is pried over, starred over into the skate. Too big, it loses its strength. Sweat gets under it, it rots away and falls out. Too small, it's not, when you put torque on it to turn, it's not gonna, it's gonna fall right out. So the size of the rivets is really important. You have someone that pops a rivet in there and makes them too big, not good. Another item that we have over here that we can do, we'll go, is our eyelet machine. This is an eyelet machine. This is something we got from Bauer when we started. Dave and I started. Dave was working for Bauer doing warranty, and we had to start a company, and they had stuff to sell, so we bought whatever they had. And this is an eyelet machine. I bet you cannot go to one store in the country and find an eyelet machine like this. This is what they use at the factory. Bauer had extra ones. They gave us this one. We just come right over, boom, put eyelets in a skate. Again, done in seconds. Most of this work could be done before you, you know, in the time it takes to sharpen a skate. So another reason why we use these riveters, I want you to look at this. This is actually one of the girls that works for us, Abby. This was how she started. She was leaning, she was pronating into the inside. Not good. We want your skates nice and straight and in a line. We got Abby some super feet, straightened that out. We still had to move the blade, take the blade completely off the skate here and move it to the inside. When we finished with Abby, she was dead straight on her skates. Her alignment now is perfect. We never want to see anyone rolling in or out. That puts pressure on the inside of the knee and will zigzag up your entire body and cause back pain. Not good. So we got that. Any helmet repairs we need to do, anything we need to fix here, we basically have you covered. Brings us to one of our last points we have here is we have our, you know, this is a console machine, but it was based on the Singer 29K71, an old long arm machine with a bobbin and top feed dog here. This is what a lot of cobblers would use and a lot of saddle makers. This allows us to, we've really done some good things here, but if your child has a leg strap that's too long or an shoulder pad strap that is too long, we can shorten that up, shorten this material up. We could stitch it down, and then when the child, you know, give it back to the kid, boom, it will fit him correctly now. When he grows a little in the next year or two, we can take that stitch out and the child can grow with the equipment. So we can do, if anything rips off of a shoulder pad, shin pad. We used to have a machine that could, it would stitch through plastic and replace all the caps. We can still replace shin pad caps if the companies can provide them for us, which they tend not to do anymore and just send out new ones. Elbow pads, this bicep strap is a little too big. We can tighten that up. If it's too small, we have plenty of materials here that we can use and that we've really cleaned up. So a lot of them are put away in our boxes that we have that full of materials and whatnot. But we have plenty of material that you can use to fix any equipment problems you may have. You know, plenty of leathers that we have that we use that if you tear your tendon guard breaks, we can patch that right up. We'll put a piece of leather over that, sew that right on, and you're right back in the game. No need to fix it if you need, no need to buy a new one if we can fix it. We can patch eyelets up here. This machine allows us to get right into the eye stay. That's what the piece of leather that holds the eyelets is called, the eye stay, and patch things up. We could get into the toes of the toe caps and stitch those right up. Lately we've been using rivets that they've been holding well. It's quick, fast, and just as effective. So we have done a ton of tongue changes. We do tongue changes, geez, it seems like almost daily. So there's nothing that we can't fix on a skate. One of the greatest things, like that's great to get kids back out there. Again, we can, you know, patch, you get a hole in your glove. This machine, with its long arm, allows us to get right in there and patch the machine up, patch the glove up. We can get right into the end of your fingers, right into your gloves. There's not a spot in here that we wouldn't be able to get into, change cups, anything you needed fixed, we could do. But, you know, that, the gloves and, you know, fixing stuff for people is great. Fixing things and doing some work for people that would not be able to play unless we were able to do the work is really my greatest satisfaction. We have tons of foams, and one of the greatest things I think we've done is, you know, I had a girl that, a great customer of ours, and she was diabetic, and she had a pump right here on her, and we actually built her a box out of foam, different foams. We built a box, attached the box to float, attached the box to her pants, and it was floating, and she could, if she got hit, that box protected the pump, and she could keep on skating. She wasn't going to get hurt. She didn't have to worry about that pump anymore. So that is like, that's one of the greatest, you know, that makes me the happiest when someone that would have to, you know, give up the game or not be able to play or play not to their potential. We have done a ton of gloves for children that were born with, you know, fingers that might have been webbed, fingers that are missing, and you know, once you do one and they're with their peers and their peers say they could do that, like you start to do a lot. And you know, the funny thing about that is we've done, there's probably 5 different kids we did, and I swear I think every single kid wanted something different. You know, one would want the fingers all sewn together, the gussets taken out and the palms sewed back up here, so it looked like it was almost like a mitten for the child. Another one wanted, you know, these 2 fingers sewn together, gussets out, and so they could squeeze all the sticks. Another wanted the fingers taken right off, and we could stitch the fingers back down, and stitch the finger down, stitch it up, close it, and remove the finger and skate like that. It's funny, all those kids wanted, all friends, also we could do, and they all wanted something different. That was pretty good, but those kids wouldn't be able to play unless, or couldn't play to the best of their ability unless we got them fixed up and good to go. So that is something I'm extremely proud of, is enabling a child or a person that couldn't play to be able to play. That's my greatest satisfaction. So I love that. So this is our back room. This is what we got. Of course, anything, you know, the easy stuff, the helmets, we can fix. The helmet loops, we can fix. We have drawers and drawers of, heel lifts for skates, puts people up on their toes. People come in all the time, I want to change my radius, I want to be more on my toes. Don't cut the steel down, get on your toes. That's what you want to accomplish. You know, We'll lift you on the toes. I think we have a lifetime of helmet screws in here. So Al, let's have a contest. Whoever can guess how many screws are in here will win a free roll of tape. So I just lost a bunch.
Who's counting those?
So people are gonna guess. We'll give them a free roll of tape, and Al, just you have to stay here till the end of the night and count how many screws we have here. And I want to make sure you're dead on, so you better count them like
twice,
3 times to
yeah.
make sure. There's nothing we don't have here. Again, more steel, helmet clips, suspender buttons to hold your pants up. We can fix them. I never got into the rivets, but they used to use brass rivets, which were the best. We still use them. A lot of the companies switched to aluminum. Aluminum will oxidize with salt and sweat. No good. We replace them with brass. We love it. So if you ever have any questions about any repairs, we can do it. We can fix anything. Asterisks, asterisks, asterisks. Helmets and sticks excluded. There's nothing in hockey we can't fix. There's nothing in hockey we can't help you with. If it has to do with hockey other than helmets and sticks, we can fix them. One other one, Al, I know I'm running late, but we also do a lot of baseball gloves. We love to fix baseball gloves. It's a fun job. We like to do it, and we can fix goalie pads. There really is nothing we can't fix. So, any questions? Let me know. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you. Have a good night.